I asked some students what is the first step to design process, and here's what they have to say. What is the first step to a design process? What is the first step to a design process?
An inspiration. We have to take inspiration and move forward.
Context. We have to find our anchor point.
Research.
Drawing inspiration.
I don't know, sir.
Okay, research, I think.
Thinking out of the box.
I think taking inspiration.
Although they are not wrong as students, in the professional world, our design process begins with understanding the brief.
Mind you, the design brief may not be talking anything about design, but it could all be about business and numbers. Now let's jump into the aspect of creating a mood board. A mood board is a creative visual tool that conveys a style, a theme, or a concept, and it is mostly used in all design or creative fields. This document or this page really helps bind everything together. If there is a theme or a story that needs to be followed, a mood board is the most important creative pivotal tool, I would say. Let's start by understanding the first most important aspect of a mood board, which is images. And in images, there are multiple styles of images. The first set of images is about the mood, and you will see images of either a background or expressing some color or an environment, or it could just be textures, or it could be some sort of a color story that is expressing the mood of that story or the mood board, right? So these can be random forms, or it could just be something from an environment, as I mentioned right now. So this helps in building up the environment, and the environment is one of the most important aspects that kind of justifies or informs the design aspect of any product or anything that we are trying to address here. So just to make it simpler in the language, your environment informs your product. The second aspect of images that you'll find here is directly about the product or the style detail. It helps in binding and giving a great creative direction towards the collection, how it is going to be. So that is what the second set of images are about. Now we move towards the color palette. If you see, there is a set of color palette, and these are marked by Pantone colors. Pantones are the industry standard, especially for textiles or fashion that we use, because it is a universal set of color standard. And these colors can be used from, let's say, if you have a design that you want to get it made from any part of the world, if you share the Pantone details with any of the suppliers anywhere, they will follow, and it'll kind of match accurately whatever colors that you require. So Pantone color standards really play an important role. Here you'll be able to see there are accent colors and there are these base colors. These accent colors really help in bringing those little details stand out, and it could be expressed either through prints, or it could be expressed through trim details, inside details, or it could just be some minute little embroidery detail, or even like a thread color that could kind of justify that color. So that's how the color palette really justifies, right? Now the other aspects of mood board definitely is the write-up. There are multiple scripts. The first one is the concept note, talking about the theme, and which says what it says. It says, driven by evening and occasion wear, evolving from the jewel tones, brighter versions of this trend, alternative tinted blue and black tones take on a seductive sensual luxury. The rise of denim-on-denim dressing and denim tailoring combines with the timeless appeal of utility and workwear styles, reimagining the taste of luxury through heavyweight raw denims. Right? So that is as clear, as short, as crisp as possible. Now within the write-up, the design process is never complete without understanding the clientele, because design is always meant for a target audience, right? So here, this is for the industry, so we're not looking at any individual, but we are looking at a group of people, or maybe we can say we're looking at a market. Well, let's get to the point. Here in this board, it says the client psychographic is young achiever, a specialist, cult creator, soloist, somebody who's very independent and believes in himself. So these are some of the keywords that defines this client. If I have to give you a very contrasting client profile, that could be like an energetic, aggressive, more digital, more sportswear, or more sporty, more into aggressive activities. That could be another set of clientele, right? Since we are focusing on a fashion mood board, here key detailing and highlights are extremely important. So some of the features that you see here is denim on denim, raw, utility, dark indigos. Since it is about fashion, WGSN comes as a very important tool for us, or a point of reference for us, where we get all the stories, season stories, which is like about 2 seasons ahead of time. It gives us a direction, and then it is for us to combine many other information. So all in all, here is the list of elements of a mood board, which is meant for the industry. The story name or the theme, and underneath mention the season, which is autumn winter 25-26 for this time. The images, which has the mood images and the style images. The color palette, which mentions the accent and the base colors. The write-up, the first important one is the concept note, and then comes the client psychographics, the key details and highlights, color and graphic direction. And the rest of it is all up to you based on the project that you are dealing with or the way you want to present. Well, this is a very brief method of creating a mood board specifically towards the denim industry with all the aspects. The video here is going to tell you about all the aspects and a very methodical way of learning a mood board.